Let's go back to that deadly school shooting in Florida. Today is now the 18th school shooting so far this year. That's 18 school shootings in just the last month and a half.
Well, sadly, there is a good chance we will see this happen again.
As schools all over the country reviewing their safety plans and making sure that they're doing everything they can to keep those students safe.
Joining us now is someone who knows a lot about the topic, Adam Coughlan. He's a former member of law enforcement who now teaches people how to react during tragedies like the one we saw today. Thank you so much for joining us again to talk about this topic, although it is sad we are actually talking about this topic, Adam.
My pleasure. I wish I didn't have to be here, but I'm glad to be able to talk about it.
So, Adam, let's talk a little bit about some of the schools that are reviewing their policies. It seems to me at first blush today that you had this school under lockdown, and that may not be the best thing for the students who are essentially kind of stuck in these rooms. And if the shooter could get into that room, for lack of a better word, it's almost like shooting fish in a barrel.
Right. We look at lockdown, and it's been an old solution. It's a single solution problem for a very complex issue. And if we're only allowing and teaching schools to keep those students in when maybe they should get out or maybe they should run, we're really keeping people in to give these attackers even more people to hurt.
Was that decision, though, based on the fact that at the time the attacker was still on the loose and had not been taken into custody? Did that play a part?
It may well have. And you look at the best information we have, but these situations are fluid, they move. So if you start with someone who's outside, then we should lock down or we should hide. But as that person moves in and gets beyond our security measures, gets beyond fences or doors, time to change the solution. Now perhaps we need to look about escaping a classroom, or do we run away into the fields? Do we do something, or do we overcome this person who's trying to hurt us?
This is a generation that likes to Snapchat and Instagram. We saw a lot of those videos, but you say that's really not the best thing to do when there's an active shooter, right?
Correct. Distractions in these moments can cause lives. And if you're taking your phone out and you're focused on your phone, just like texting and driving or being on your phone, you're not focused on what's going on in front of you. Sure, you can Snapchat later or you can tweet about it later, but in the time of decision, you need to have clear focus, know what you're doing, and work on getting out of that situation.
So taking all this information we're talking about right now, what would be the best thing to do in this scenario, whether or not you know there is an active shooter still running around or not, or the person's been taken into custody? Because the other issue that comes into play is law enforcement, when they arrive at the scene, they don't know if you are part of the attacker's plan or you're a victim.
Correct, and we saw this particular attacker actually left with some of the victims that were trying to get out of the school. So should you find yourself in these scenarios, pay attention to the world around you. What is going on around you? What can you do to get out of that area? If law enforcement is there, listen to their commands. They're going to tell you to put your hands up. They're going to tell you to go certain places. Follow the directions. But in that time of decision, look around. Do I need to get out of where I'm from? Do I need to find a safe place to be? And do I need to move from that place? They are very rapid, very evolving situations.
Yeah.
So have a dynamic plan.
So this is going to be the last question, so real brief. Tell me a little bit about what you know about Code Red, which is what was called there at that scene today.
Code Red was their response, which was another word for lockdown. And they were telling students, do not leave the classroom, do not move, stay in the classroom, sit down, barricade yourself in and wait. And in some situations, it works. But as we saw today, unfortunately, it did not.
Hopefully some of the school districts will take notice and maybe have some new policies.
We hope so.
All right, Adam, thank you so much for joining us again.
My pleasure.